So we're down here at the shop and we're working on a project car. We got a real good deal on this car. Dad didn't find it this time. We got a 1990 Corvette. You know, that's what we're working on. Problem is, the car doesn't move. We think it's a clutch. We threw it in gear. We turned the back tire. We could hear it making noise. We had to pull the starter off. We're gonna have to end up taking off the bell housing bolts. We're gonna have to remove the drive shaft. There's a torque bar in there we're gonna have to take off. And then we might have to take out the distributor cap so it's got some lean in it when the transmission drops. Here's the transmission. We got this dust cover off here so we could take a look in there to see if anything's actually spinning. Here's what that dust pan looks like. This is where your starter goes through. So we had to remove the starter in order to get that out of there. So either the clutch is disintegrated or something else could be broken up in there. So we went ahead, we dropped the exhaust bolts here. There might be something else holding it up right here. Anyways, we were trying to pull this out, but it was getting stuck on something. Wasn't budging. Something was in the way. Turns out it was the O2 sensor. Snapped right off. Good thing is, you know, that's not in the way anymore, so the exhaust just dropped right on out pretty easy. Alright, so to drop that exhaust, we got two little rubber mounts here that the exhaust just slides into. So it's got to pull out from the front. There's one center connector right here. They mount in right like that. And then there's a U-clamp. So you can either take the two out of the top and leave these in there, and then drop the two from the headers down and pull it out. Then we got the C-beam, goes right here. Just slides up in there. You gotta go forward and then back. So this slides on top of the rear. This goes right on the transmission there. And that was a pain in the butt because it's wedged right up against this. It's right against the side. So we had to pry the transmission over a little bit. We dropped the e-brake line, so that'll bolt up back. You gotta be pretty careful because this is just kind of sheared, so it's pretty sharp on the edges. So that's got 4 bolts in it. I believe they're 21 and 18 millimeter. 18 in the front, 21 in the back. 2 of those on each side, and those were pretty rough to get out without any wrenches or your hands. You had to use an air hammer for that. We took off the center trim piece. It's just sitting in there right now. This is the reverse lock. It's a 1/16 Allen wrench. You have to pull that out so the shifter will actually slide through the boot. So number cap comes off, keyway out, and then this just screws on. So you unscrew it, and then you have the reverse shifter link, which will actually slide in there like this. And that Allen wrench kind of bolts into a channel that's in that pin in the center. So what we'll do is we'll lift the car back up. We took the distributor cap off as well, because when we go to lower that transmission, it's going to make the motor lean, and there's only about an inch clearance between the cap and the firewall. We'll probably put a stand up under the oil pan of the motor, and then the jack on the transmission. And hopefully, if we throw it in third, it ought to just slide on back. That's hopefully. Now, this would be a real pain, just doing it on your back with stands, but luckily, you know, the old man works on hot rods and stuff, so we don't have to worry about it. We just lift it up. We're going to go ahead and take out, there's 4 bolts here. There's 15s, 6 of them rather, sorry. 3 on this side, 3 on the other. Well, we went ahead, got the transmission out. We got it here in the floor. There's 5 bolts, 2 on this side, 3 on this side. It took 2 of us. If you were on the ground, you probably could have got up under it and pulled that out. You had to get up under it and wiggle it, just slid right out. But it's about 170 pounds. Could be kind of heavy. So all we got now, we'll go ahead and take off the bell housing. There's our clutch fork. That's where the slate pushes in. And this should push forward and pull the clutch back to disengage. We'll pull that bell housing off and see what's left of it. We had to disconnect a couple of sensors right here into the transmission. There's 3 of them.